Hello and welcome again. This is Brad Waller. I'm coming to you from my 1967 Chevelle and talk about elections again. Why not? That's what's going to be occupying me for a while. I went to a business networking meeting yesterday morning and somebody saw me and said, "Oh, you can tell it's election season," because I was there and I'm a candidate, but I've also got a business in the city. And yes, it's the first time I've ever been there. And yes, one of the reasons I went was, hey, as a candidate, I need to get my name out there a little bit more and have people see me. But it's also business networking. It's a once a month meeting. It's not inconvenient. And so it's like, hey, may as well start going to that one. And I will continue going to that one. I live in Redondo Beach. And it's split into north and south, and there's a reasonable dividing line because of just the way the geography works. The city's kind of like that. So the north part is a little bit different. It's got a slightly different personality even to it. It's more residential, but denser residential. We've got more single-family homes. They've got more multi-family. The economic engine for the South is spread out. It is along Pacific Coast Highway. It is in Riviera Village where my office is. It's the pier. In the north, it's like the Artesia Boulevard corridor and also the mall that's up there. And Artesia and the mall have been pretty much ignored by the city to a great extent. Sort of just let to go on their own, and the mall is having issues. And Artesia Boulevard is having issues. It was revitalized 10, 20 years ago, something like that, with landscaping and beautification. They made parking pockets and stuff like that, so the street isn't just a straight thing. It comes in and comes out, and then it goes and out, and all that kind of stuff. And made the intersections look like fake bricks or pavers or something like that. So yeah, they did something there, and that's like the last time they did anything to that street. But the other reason why you can tell that it's election season is letters to the editor are coming out, and it's just so hard as someone who is a candidate to not respond to these letters that are so false. That's what's been proven in politics, is you can just say what you want. It doesn't matter. There are no consequences. You want to lie? Lie. And so the only thing I can do is call, maybe send emails. The only issue with sending an email is, what if it gets, the person I make a wrong judgment, I send it to the wrong person, and then they forward it to, quote, the other side. And now people know that I'm a little more active than I want to be known as. So, usually I'll call and, call somebody and say, hey, look at this letter, and what you need to do is you need to go find a surrogate to craft your version of this, but with a response, and say, unlike what's being said, there is not an option for this. It is a requirement, because the option is, if this happens, then this happens. But their if is a given. So this will happen, therefore it's going to require this. And that's why it's going to cost $25 million that they're saying it's optional. There's a lot of stuff like that where they're basically going, it's like, well, no, it's not required. Well, yeah, but you said it, you predicated it on something that is a lock. So there's things like that. And so, yeah, I just have to rein in my frustration and find the right person to go off and do that for me. Similarly, in California, at least, we've got the Fair Political Practices Commission, and they've got rules. If you raise more than a certain amount of money, you have to have an ID number, and you have to do reporting, and you have to have your ID number on literature, but you don't have to have it on signs produced by your committee. The rules are pretty complicated, but they're written. You can figure them out. And people that have run multiple campaigns before should have these rules known, and known really well. And it amazes me to see, say, a newspaper advertisement that doesn't have an FPPC disclaimer in it, and it should be there. I think it's 10-point font even. I have to go double check what the font size is for newspapers versus brochures versus other things. So, yeah, that's another thing is, how do people get away with not doing that is required? And then they complain when they say, well, the city missed this little fine point here. How could they miss that? Like, come on now, people. You're missing, these things and not reporting these things and getting your hand slapped after the election. But it's too late. So, a little bit of frustration there. And with that, I used up my 5 minutes. So, thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.